up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Real Heroes Show. You got Cory, Nick, and Shane here, and in today's video, we are reviewing the penultimate episode, Sad Face Tear, of Season 1 of Foundation, which was entitled The First Crisis. There will be spoilers in this episode, so if you have not seen it, get the hell out of here. Go check it out on Apple TV, and then come back and see us. Shane, how you doing this weekend, buddy?
I'm good. Texas lost to Kansas, so I can't be that great.
Is that were you expecting that, or was that?
Oh no!
Oh no!
Nobody expects to lose to Kansas, but I mean, I guess at this point, like, nothing surprises me. But
Yeesh.
Fair enough. Nick, how was your lovely weekend?
It was good.
You had a long one, right?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, nice.
It was a nice 4 days, and just took some time to relax. Hit the gym, spend time with some friends from out of town and family. So it was good.
Nice. We'll all be doing that soon. We got Thanksgiving coming up in
a
week and a half. Long weekends for everybody.
Thanksgiving.
all the carbs.
All the carbs.
And that's right.
And turkey meat that makes us go to sleep.
Yes, for like several days afterwards,
Yeah.
because we eat it for leftovers for like a week and a half straight. Hey, before we get started, I just want to have a quick moment of silence for the Lucasfilm social media department after everything that happened on Disney Plus Day. Drop an F in the comments below if you feel bad for them for their shocking lack of content that came out on Friday. I know this is a Foundation show, but I just really wanted to get that joke in there.
At the end of the Obi-Wan thing, they should have just put that clip of Obi-Wan where he's like, "I have failed you."
I have failed you, Anakin. I have failed you. Oh, that was so tough. True. Anyway, so just to break this video down, we're going to start with, there are really two plots in this episode. We're going to start with the Empire plot, and then we're going to shift over to the Salvor and the Terminus stuff. So to start out with the Empire stuff, everything has kind of come to a head here with Brother Dawn. He gets made. Brother Dusk figures out what's going on. He takes a trip to what really feels kind of like Foundation's version of Coruscant, which is the Scar.
Yeah.
Then out of literally nowhere, there's a crazy plot twist that some rogue rebel group has been working in the shadows and altering the DNA as the generations go by, so that way there could potentially be a rogue Cleon on the throne. Which we had kind of sensed the whole time that there was going to be something different about this one, that he'd buck the trend. But I don't know if any of us expected it to be from like a splinter cell of people on the outside. However, all of those people, with the exception of Azura, got murked by the end of this episode because Brother Dusk was onto everything. And Brother Day is coming back from his trip walking the spiral and has no idea what him and Demerzel are about to walk into.
He does not.
Which is going to set up a very interesting plot for the finale here. Shane, you've been a real fan of the Empire plot the entire time. What were your thoughts on this?
So the first 5 minutes, I was like, oh no, this is really corny and like not good. And then like it finally like hit its stride. Like the part where he's breaking out and like they're, kissing and stuff like that. It's like, I'm going to break out tomorrow. I was like, oh God, this is getting a little too sappy for me. But luckily it had a cool little sci-fi twist in it. I mean, the moment where he walks in and, you could see it coming, where she was like, oh, I wasn't expecting you. It was like, oh, something's up. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, she tries to shoot him, I guess, but they needed him for the plan. I don't know.
Great. Yeah.
Maybe she was aiming for his leg or something. I don't know. But yeah, it was a cool moment when they saw the other clone, the other Brother Dawn, that they, I guess, smuggled DNA out of. So we all thought it was Demerzel that altered the DNA, and maybe she was in on it too. I guess maybe we'll find out. But we sensed something was up with him, but I don't think I saw. Like, I thought they were gonna murder that girl. I didn't think that she would be like a spy, because that's a rather. I mean, it's not super convenient, but it's or I guess it is super convenient, but it's not like unreasonably convenient like the Terminus subplot that we complained about for the whole time. Like the plan, it kind of made sense. I guess the moment that I enjoyed the most was that painting scene
Yeah, it was good.
Where he
Yeah, it was a
goes
really good
up to the
one.
mural, and then like he knows he's been caught because the mural can only be seen from somebody who's not colorblind. And I thought
Yep.
that was a cool little thing. Um, and then, yeah, as you mentioned, Brother Day is about to be that community Donald Glover gif when he walks in with the pizzas and everything's on
Everything's
fire.
on fire.
It's like,
Yeah.
what happened?
Yeah.
But yeah,
Man.
really interesting stuff. Cool little cliffhanger because you know that showdown between Dawn and Day is going to be epic.
Yeah, for sure. Shane, you're a David S. Goyer, Chris Nolan fan. Did you catch the Batman Begins reference of where he trades his little shield for
the
coat,
jacket,
like in
nice
Batman
coat.
Begins?
Yeah,
Nice coat. I thought that was really funny, and
Yeah.
I feel like there's absolutely no way that was done on accident. So,
oh yeah, for sure.
Nick,
Yeah.
how do you think this is all going to blow over next week with the Brothers 3?
Yeah, I think Brother Day is gonna lay the smackdown somewhere to something, and you know, I am kind of curious because knowing how he felt after the ending of last week's episode, this feeling of being alone, right, and hearing that sort of that jab that Demerzel gave him at the end, kind of wonder how he's going to react, if he's just going to lash out, or if he's going to sort of be the mightier brother and maybe pardon something, or I don't know, to be honest. I mean, I think there's going to be something big between all three brothers, and I think the consequences are probably going to be grave. But I don't know what to agree. Like, it again, do they pardon brother Don, or do they just off him and they go, "Yep, bring the guy out of the back to tank. It's okay.
Yeah.
We have a backup, exactly for this reason, because he's been tainted." So yeah, I expect some more epicness from Lee Pace, regardless.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that shot of him looking out the window was so ominous.
Yeah,
At the
Yeah.
end, I was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
he's pissed already.
Yeah,
He's
Yeah.
gonna come home and fuck some shit up. It's gonna be."
You just saw him kill somebody, so
right. I personally wouldn't be surprised if they pardoned Dawn and then still killed him, because that seems like a evil empire thing to do. But
yeah,
we shall see. I thought it was interesting how this whole time he is a victim and he doesn't even know it, and like, because he's not manipulating his own DNA. Someone else did that.
Yep.
And
It's not
he
his
finds
fault.
right. He finds himself different, and it really ends up being kind of his downfall. It was interesting how as soon as the nanobots were out of him, he started bleeding when they pulled the transfer thing off. It just kind of shows the level of power and security that they've built into all of these Cleons, which is very interesting. And I feel like it seemed like we were heading towards a collision course between the Terminus plot and this, but now it seems like that's not really happening anymore because of all the stuff. We'll get to the Terminus stuff in a couple seconds, but very, very fascinating that it's kind of turned into a little bit smaller family drama between the three brothers, which I like. I think that's good. When a lot of these big sci-fi shows get small and make it about character, I feel like they tend to succeed. So anybody else have anything else they want to share about that section?
I was just gonna say, like, and agree with Shane, the mural part was really cool, because it was also cool to see it from Don's perspective, right? Because they didn't really show it at first, even though you knew he was being set up.
Mm-hmm.
But see, like, the birds, whatever, in blue, and then you see him in red, and when he puts the gadgets on, and like just the music that kind of goes with it, and it kind of just creates this little, like, escape type of plot and movie feel, like, I gotta get out of here before they catch me.
Yep.
And I'll say is, that whole part really showed how someone from Empire, or Dawn in particular, can be vulnerable, right? Like, this is the first time. I mean, I guess to an extent, last episode too, with Brother Day being vulnerable, right? When he has to take off the Imperial aura. He has to have the nanobots drained from his system, and even though he doesn't see anything in the cave, he still is pushed to like the brink of him dying.
Yeah,
and this was sort of the same part where Don almost dies. He kind of thinks he is. I was like, yeah, they're probably gonna kill him here, and then all of a sudden, the imposter just gets yeeted. As well. I'm like, all right, maybe not. And of course, one of the things that popped in my mind was to quote the great Admiral Akbar, "It's a trap." Because then Dusk, like, he just like walked in like so like just like ominously too, like
it's like, oh, dead bodies.
Like there's almost like a Vader type of feel, like with the stormtroopers.
Because remember, this is like the brother Day that nuked Anacreon and
and
right?
he shows them the mural. This is when I just slaughtered everything.
Yeah, my work.
Yeah, look at how glorious I am, right? But yeah, no, it's going to be interesting, and I wonder what's going to happen to Azura as well.
She's the only one left from that group, right? They killed everybody else except for her. So
the Dusk is going to go deep into that mind of hers and just drive her crazy.
Yeah, should be fun, and we'll see where it goes in next week's finale. To head over to the other section of this episode. We always tend to start with the Empire stuff because it's usually our favorite. In the second part of the episode, we're back to Terminus. We complained about Terminus for multiple episodes. We got off Terminus and we were like, yeah, we're off Terminus. And then one episode later, we're right back where we started.
Why does everyone want to go back to Terminus?
Back to Jakku. Well, I get Lewis really wanted to go back because he plugged himself into the Matrix and sacrificed himself to get the Invictus to jump there. And then Salvor reunites with Hugo, and Hugo has the Thespins. That's what they're called, right?
Yeah,
I think Thespins. They're all with him. They make it down to the surface of Terminus, and it appears that everyone is dead. To quote the great Anakin Skywalker, not just the men, but the women and the children.
Oh man, that is
it's because of the null field from the vault has been expanding, which they referenced in the prior episode. However, they get that little cube thing back from Salvor's mom from the beginning of the series that Harry had. She finally cracks the code on it. It opens the vault. Everybody comes back to life. There's a standoff between the Anacreons, the Thespins, and the citizens of the First Foundation until Salvor puts an arrow straight through the back of the neck of Farah, and she's gone. So that's interesting. And then the vault does some weird looking magic light shit, and out pops Harry Seldon, and he says, hey, we might stand a chance. And then
this one is Harvey Saldoon.
Yeah, that's right. We're on multiple Harrys in multiple different places at this point, which is fun.
Harry.
So we've kind of poo-pooed on this stuff before. Nick, are you still poo-pooing on it, or did you think this was better?
No, I think this is the best part of the whole Terminus plot. Absolutely. Okay. There's a lot of, some parts I was, kind of wondering, I hope they don't do something dumb with this. And of course, I think some of it was very foreseeable, right? When Salvor realizes that she's going to leave, and I'm like, you're not going to check the bodies? Like, I guarantee you they're not dead. They might just be unconscious. And so I literally, put here, it was foolish to think Farah was dead.
Right.
And because the other guy, and again, he wanted that deal that Salvor, propositioned, and to the point where he just turned to his huntress.
Didn't she tie them up though, or at least one of them?
Or maybe
she got untied or something.
Yeah, she was because when Hugo comes in, he sees that the ropes or whatever she used were all just untangled or cut, whatever. But
double knot everything. It's really unfortunate.
Yeah, so I've already need some better
pull, man. Bunny ears. Let's go, guys. Come on. It's like Big Daddy type shit.
Double knotted up, right? So, but so that she's going to come back at some point, and even though it seems like Hugo and the Thespins. Or Thespians? I forgot. I thought it was what Harry said, but Oh god.
Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson has entered the chat. That's so bad. But yeah, I'm like, it's gonna be happening at the worst part. And of course she's like, oh, make the ship, be slave to me. And she kills the other two Thespian, pilots. And that part was one of the parts I didn't really like as much because it just seemed it was just like overly obvious. And like they land on Terminus. And I thought that was kind of cool, that the technology where they're like, using their hands
Gundam
to control their ship. Yeah, basically. And
it's like they're doing a music video.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen Thor Ragnarok?
Multiple times.
Where Tessa Thompson, she does the exact same thing with the exact same pose, and her ship has guns on it. It was weird. A lot of comic book callbacks.
Farah comes in and like just easily destroys both of them. I was like, oh yeah, of course. She's never fought a thespian ship, but of course she can just destroy two of them like that. That makes all the sense in the world.
She's the grand
given in
huntress.
fiction, sci-fi, right?
She can't do hand-to-hand combat.
But she left her bow. What an idiot. And I'm like, that's not going to come back and haunt her at any point in time. Oh wait, it's like in Skyrim, I took an arrow to the knee. No, she took an arrow to the throat. And died. And I don't know about you guys, but when she died, I was like,
finally.
Yeah.
The show can finally move on and passes. Just I don't know. I thought the whole that was the part to me was like, this is like ugh. And I get it needed to lead up to this point. We get to the Invictus, and all of a sudden that brings back Harry, because Salvor solves the vault problem, right? Like, sure, I get it. And again, I think that's what finally it makes it all the worthwhile, because even Harry, when he arrives, he's like, yeah, I think we finally stand a chance.
Good job, guys.
Yeah, bravo.
You get a gold star. I do think it's funny that you say that, Nick, because it's like the thing that's been holding back that plot has kind of been the stuff with Farah, and then 30 seconds after she's gone, like the skies part and Jared Harris just walks on the screen and goes,
finally
and goes right into things. So Shane, what are your thoughts on this part of the episode? You think it was good? You think it was bad?
So similar to the Empire thing, I thought it started really strangely. And like there was a lot of like overacting, and like I didn't really understand like when she was looking at the map and looked really closely at and it's like, yeah, the ship is still there. But I don't know, it just took way too long to get to that point. But again, I agree. They got rid of the worst part of the show, which I mean, I hate harping on like actors because I think she did fine acting in that role. I just think it was a poorly written character. And so I hope that people can separate the two. That whole subplot, it just seemed so drawn out to get us to the point of, hey, Harry's going to come out and there's going to be this alliance. And didn't they say that like the end of the Empire would come from like the Outer Rim or something like that? So maybe Harry is actually causing the fall of the Empire by bringing all of these three together.
It is called the First Crisis. This episode,
so I mean, maybe Harry is intending to cause the fall.
Ooh, spicy.
Mathematically,
it kind of feels that way a little bit. But I'm glad we get Jared Harris back, and it looks like we'll get him back in multiple subplots, so that's good.
The question is, where did he come from? Because he just teleported across the galaxy or universe.
I think he's like an AI. So he's
so did it open up the AI?
Places. I don't know.
Where'd the birds come from, though? Weren't there some birds that
flew out? Yeah.
I think the birds were meant to be like the null field is gone, so you see birds flying by.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
it kind of looked like Portal-ish when it first opened.
Yeah.
So it had me thinking maybe it's like
they came from Helicon.
Helicon were like linked together or something.
That's what I mean. Yeah,
it could be. I have no idea.
Could be either one. Could be both.
But it's interesting that we're finally getting to a point where, and I think this is mainly just like character development for Salvor. And I think so. If it's anything like the books, I haven't read them, but I've heard that she is, or he in the books is like a very like logical, like he's like the mayor of the Foundation or something, and he's like a very logical person and like rules over it with like outsmarting people. So I'm wondering if like this plot was to show that like violence was not the answer kind of thing, and that's what she's learned from all of this.
Right.
So it's possible that that's kind of where they were going with it.
Yet she's the one that put the arrow through the back of someone else's neck. But hey, violence is the answer. Yeah, so interesting stuff. And this is all obviously leading to the season finale, which is next week. Does anybody have the teaser for that?
Do.
Hold
You
up.
got it?
Can you give that to us? Episode title and description, please, sir.
Yep. Episode title is The Leap.
Ooh.
Yeah, interesting title. So the season finale, an unexpected ally helps Salvor broker an alliance. A confrontation between the brothers leads to unthinkable consequences.
Ooh.
So the unexpected
buddy.
ally is the guy that was working with Farah, right?
Yeah, that's what I think.
Gotta be.
Yeah, because even when Salvor says, "What if we all three of us bind together, three worlds, we prepare the Invictus, we use it against the Empire," and he's like, "Yeah, that seems like a good idea." And then first, like, "No, you must die," and he's like, "I don't think so. Like, you need to like stop, and back off." And yeah, I think it's him.
Okay,
that would be my guess.
What was it about the Empire folks? Unthinkable consequences.
Unthinkable consequences.
They all
that sounds like
Confront-
death.
Yeah, that seems like. What if Brother Day kills Dusk and Dawn? Like, what if he's like, you weren't right to do this to him, but at the same time, you're an idiot. You're tainted. I must dispose of you anyway. And then he just is Empire because he's literally Empire because he's the only one until like the next cycle comes through.
Yeah.
But
and then he also takes out Demerzel's batteries and throws away all the chargers. You're out of here too, you and your religious beliefs. Get out of my Empire.
Cuts her face up like the Joker. Now you're always smiling.
Jesus.
Hey,
there's the Dark Knight. Yeah, there's the Dark Knight connection.
It could be there.
I don't think there's any doubt that they built up this Brother Day character throughout this whole season for this moment. So I think whatever he does, and it could go either way, but whatever he does will make sense given the context we've been given about his character throughout this whole season.
Yeah.
So that'd be interesting.
So I guess the last question is, we know that season 2 is coming, but they didn't necessarily know that season 2 is coming when they were filming. Do you guys think that this season is going to end with a cliffhanger, or do you think it'll wrap a nice little bow on everything?
Cliffhanger for sure.
Yeah. Most season 1s are written with a cliffhanger at the end.
Anyway.
Just like to propose the idea of a season 2.
Yeah.
Because like
let's hedge our bets on it. And if they cancel us, then oh well.
Right. Like if you look at Ted Lasso, like it ends on him saying like, win the whole damn thing or something. Is that what he says at the end?
Let's get to work or some shit like that.
Yeah. It's like, and he spits on her face. The sparkling water. But then like it was a clear, like, propelling us to season 2.
Right.
Sure.
So I could see that happening.
Cool. Good stuff. Well, I would
plus
say
it'll just make people pissed off if season 2 doesn't happen.
Well, yeah, right. And which thankfully we know we're getting
it does.
Right. Which is good. Who knows when that will come out or when it will film? That's completely up in the air, but it is going to happen, which is great. Thank you, Apple, for that. Yep. I would say for this one, I thought this was an improvement, and I feel like they've been kind of ratcheting upwards towards this finale. So I would solid like 8.5 for this one. I was entertained pretty much the entire hour. Shane, what do you think?
I was going to go with a 7. I
Really?
don't think it was as good as the prior one,
Really?
but I don't think it's bad. No, it was solid. I don't know. Maybe it was just the nature in which I watched it, which was at 11 p.m. on a Thursday night. Maybe I was delirious, but I don't know. It just, some of the stuff seemed a little hokey in the first 10 minutes or so. Weird cross-cutting between the two plots too.
Yeah, but man, every episode of this show has had very strange cutting between plots.
Yeah, it's
and
true.
like very awkward spots where you're like, wait a minute, why would they go there after that? But
yeah, there was no reason to cross cut for the first. Like they should have just done it like the other episodes, where it was like the first 15 and the next 15 or whatever. But like the cross cutting between the Empire plot and Salvor just walking through the ship was just weird.
Yeah, a little strange. The flashback in the beginning of the episode didn't need to happen either. That was pretty
Yeah.
wasteful. Nick, what are you giving this 1 out of 10?
I was going to go 8.5 as well. So,
Okay.
like,
Well,
I mean, I
Shane's
enjoyed most of
outnumbered.
it.
I'm the tough critic.
Take that, Central Time guy. Get out of here, Texas. I have spoken. I'm Queel from The Mandalorian all of a sudden.
Nice.
Yeah. So good stuff, gents. I'm sad that this season's ending next week. It's hard to believe that
it's been like
9 weeks has gone by, because I think they did the first 2 episodes in the first week, and it's what is time anymore?
Yeah.
linear.
I remember when this was announced, it was like, oh, this looks like such an epic show, and Jared Harris and stuff like that. And now it's like we're almost through season 1. Dune's already come out. Dune's got part 2 coming. Nation's got part 2 coming.
The sci-fi season is almost over, and we're back into comic books. So bye, Shane.
Hey, we got The Witcher coming out. I'm excited.
Oh shit, that's right. Yeah, Witcher's coming out in December, and unfortunately, we're gonna have to binge it in one weekend. And
that's right. It is Netflix.
It's on fucking Netflix.
Good old 10 hours worth, probably. I think.
Yeah.
Netflix is never going to sponsor this show because I shit on their binging model.
I don't mind it so much, but even then, it is a lot. Just because I don't mind it. Because you can binge it, but I'll just say, in the terms of breaking things down episode by episode, it's a lot more fun to do. It gives you more to talk and think about. So,
and hey, this is our show. We can do whatever we want. We'll just review The Witcher 1 episode at a time, and we'll make 8 videos out of it. I don't care, because I like that show, and I want to be able to take the time to soak it and enjoy it. But that is going to do it for this video, folks. We'd love to hear your thoughts, so drop us a comment below and let us know what you thought of this episode of Foundation. I don't think we made many errors in this one, so you can't comment on that. So you're going to have to share your own thoughts. Take that, viewers. If you like this video, which you probably don't now, go ahead and click the like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please do so. We're very close to 600. We're looking forward into the future towards 1,000, but we do need your help to get there. So please go ahead and click that subscribe button. Give us a follow over on Twitter and Instagram at Real Heroes Show. We got this video coming this week. We're going to be talking about The Shrink Next Door, which is the new Apple TV show with Paul Rudd and Will Ferrell, which we're very excited about.
Yep.
And then I don't know what else.
There's a few movies. There's Dexter. There's
Nick's talking about Dexter. I watched The Harder They Fall on Netflix, which was
I still need to watch that, so we can do that.
I think
Finch.
Nick, we're going to cover Finch, the Tom Hanks movie that's over on
Red
Apple TV
Notice
well.
Also came out this weekend.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Those no names,
those small actors that are
never heard of them. It's a fake movie anyways. It's on Netflix. It's not real. Thank you, Patty Jenkins.
Rip her movie.
Good Lord, I'm
delayed.
I'm gonna get fired from my own show. This is gonna be a lot of fun. But yeah, we got a lot of videos coming out. That's the moral of the story. So stay tuned for all of it and so much more. Until next time, we'll see you guys in the next video.
Triple blessings.